We got a different style video planned for you guys today. Not really going to be doing any wrenching, but I've realized I got quite a few of my classic cars down here, so we're just going to go ahead and do a little walkthrough, show you guys what we have, show you kind of where we're at, and then we'll go from there. Starting off, we have the 1954 Dodge Royale. I picked this one up about 4 years ago. It was actually parked on the side of a worker's house on a dairy farm. So I decided to pull up one day and just ask him if it was for sale, and sure enough it was. It was actually his buddy's, so he called him up and we were able to pick him up. I really like the body style on this car. It's got more of the bubble kind of rounded to it, opposed to our other classics. They're a little more square body style. This one's super clean, really like it. It's 100% original, got all the trim on there, looks good. Let's check out the inside. The inside has seen some better days, but she's all there. Full steering wheel. These are actually seat covers on there, so that is the original seat right there, which is pretty nice. Kind of kept them clean. Headliner, pretty gross, but nice car. It's got rear wing windows on this car, which I thought was a really cool feature. You don't see too many cars with that on there. Got a little handle strap in the back. And you know, back in the day, your ashtrays. Car is running and driving. It's got a baby Hemi in there, red Ram V8. Just needs a valve cover gasket on it and a new brake master cylinder. It's got a little leak in there, but that's pretty much it with this car. Just gonna show her some love and keep it running and driving. Gonna go ahead and get the keys in here, see if we can get this fired up, let you guys see what she sounds like. Oh, way cold. All right, take two. Got her fired up. She's sounding good. Woo! All right. Sucker's sounding cammed out. Next, we have the 64 Ford Fairlane. We picked this car up about 5 years ago. It was actually parked down the street from my wife's grandma's house. We were living there with her at the time. Seen it parked out for sale early in the morning, headed to work, and decided to pull over and ask them. And sure enough, we were able to pick this one up. Really like this car, a little bit more of the squared body style. Got a few dents on her, a little crease right there on the front driver door. And then if you come around to the passenger side, got a nice hefty dent in the back passenger door. So eventually we'll pop the inside door panel off, see if we can get in there and pop that out. Let's check out the interior. Interior on this car has definitely needed some loving. I mean, to start out, we got rusted floor pans. So that's on both sides. We're gonna have to cut that out and replace that. This sucker's got the 3 on the tree, which is super fun to drive. Needs seat covers, needs seats completely. My wife actually uses this car for photo shoots, so that's why it's got all the photo props in there and whatnot. Super nice dash in this car. It's all metal, which is really cool. In great shape. Little dent right there, but yeah, it's got the air vent in there. It's a good solid car. We're working with 170 cubic inch inline 6 right there. Puppy's got a little bit of power. It actually does pretty good for this car. I haven't done too much work on it. Did the valve cover gasket on it, and then went through and did brake lines. New brake lines all on it. Make sure she stops a little bit better. Did the rotor cap, plugs and wires on it. And then this car still needs shocks. Let me just show you guys a little test. As you can see, she's got some bounce to her. So we'll be getting that going. Gonna go ahead and get this Fairlane fired up for you. Woo, little squeal. Little inline 6, not sounding too bad. Got the choke on, so she's idling a little high right now. Awesome car though. Next on the list, we have the 65 Ford Fairlane 500 station wagon. Picked this car up actually about 2 weeks ago. So this is the newest on the fleet. This is actually a 1-year body style car. 65 was the only year that they made it, so pretty unique to me. Body's pretty decent, but there's rust. The car's been sitting out, got some rust right here. Gonna have to go ahead and cut all that out and repatch it. Same thing with the tailgate. Got rust on the bottom all down there. Possibly patch that up or try to look for a new one to get that swapped out. Same thing, we got rust on this side, so not as bad as the other side, but definitely gonna have to replace that right there. Missing some trim, but all the trim is in the car. If you guys actually want to see how we picked this one up, go check out the channel about 2 videos ago. We got that all documented, how we got her. So if you want to see it, check it out. The interior on this one is quite nasty. For starters, this has some seats out of a 66 Ford T-Bird. So they're definitely not the right seats. This one actually came with a bench seat originally in the front and a bench seat in the rear, which is actually folded down right now. Still a lot of junk and stuff in there from the guy I got the car from, so have to be throwing that stuff away. This car has 3 rows of seats, so this back, it's kind of hard to see, but the back right here, that line right there, that pops up, and then you got a 3rd row of seats back there, so super cool for drive-in movie theaters, stuff like that. Got the spare tire in the back, pretty awesome. And headliner, yeah, she's falling down. Same thing with the sun visors. Needs some love, but man, I can't wait to get after this thing. She needs a lot of love, but super cool car, and I just couldn't pass up the deal. One is not running and driving right now, but it has a 289 in there with a 3-speed C4 transmission. It's got a Holley high ram intake on, I don't think it's high ram, Holley intake on there with a Holley carburetor. This guy's got a roller rocker cam in it, so I can't wait to fire this one up. From what the guys told me is the starter's locked up. I actually did throw a battery in there real quick and turn it over. Just got some clicks, so either, yeah, the starter's locked up or the motor, which I'm really hoping it's not the motor. But hey, if it is, we'll pop the spark plugs and throw some magic mystery oil in there. Plans for this car are to get the interior all cleaned out, get her shined up, and then really dig into that motor and see if it's seized or if the starter's locked up. Get this sucker fired up and get her rolling down the road. Stay tuned, we'll definitely be having a video on working on this. Last but not least, we have the 82 C10. We got this one 5 years ago as well. I actually was scrolling on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist looking for a C10 at the time. Came across this one, and not gonna lie to you guys, was able to pick it up for 1,500 bucks. Running, driving, definitely looked a little bit different when we got it, but straight body on this one, looks good, everything's there. We did a 6-inch axle flip kit on the rear, and then we did 2-inch drop springs in the front, just to kind of tuck it down a little bit. It was sitting real raked before, you know, back into the truck up in the air, but she sits good now. Let's check out that interior. Interior is not too bad on this one. Definitely needs some carpet in there, but hey, there's carpet. Brand new seat and seat cover. Actually picked this one up off my older brother. He's got a couple C10s, so got this off of him. And like I said, interior is not too bad. It's all there. Door panels are all scratched up and whatnot. Got a little carpet on the top. We have no headliner in this one, just got the metal. But heater works on this truck, no AC. Got a little radio on the bottom right here. We'll tuck up those wires right there. All in all, interior is okay. Let's check out that motor. One is running and driving, and it has a lot of wires on top of that. Inline 6. It has a 3-speed automatic in there with 3rd gear slipping, but she gets us rolling for now. Haven't really put too much love on the engine in this one. went through, did all the vacuum hoses on here, plugs, wires, rotor cap, but it could still use some more. Definitely a ton of room in that engine bay, ready for anything else to get swapped in there. Probably potentially throw a LS in there, get some better fuel mileage, and be able to build a lot of horsepower. That'll probably do this thing right. Get this C10 to bark off for you guys a little bit. A little inline six. Okay. There she is. She's running though, a little bit of pep, not too much. Inline six. But when we whip around the back, she sounds pretty good. Not too bad. Definitely a fun truck to drive. There you have it. That is a wrap. You guys seen the 54 Dodge Royale, the 64 Ford Fairlane, the 65 station wagon Fairlane, and the 82 C10. That's the classics we got down here right now. Got a few more up north. Eventually we'll show you guys those ones. But hey, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys stayed till the end. If you did, please like, subscribe, throw a comment down on the bottom. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know which one you guys would want to drive. Peace.